Hi, in this section we are going to see three things. First one is about high impedance relay. Second, fault type. Third one is busbar differential protection testing for single busbar system. This is the SLD for single busbar system. In this, I am going to align all in one side for clear view. All incomer, the current flow to be towards the bus, and all outgoing, the current will be away from the bus. Now for clear view, I have removed isolator and breaker. For single bus bar system, mostly all use high impedance differential. If they use low impedance also, it will be very simple differential like cable, but relay cost will be more due to addition of many CTs on the relay. 99% they use high impedance. Now you can see here outgoing feeder CT and incoming CT ratio, both are different. For high impedance, all CTs should be parallel with relay. Here in circuit we use different CT ratio. What will happen if you use like this? Let me see. Let us assume two incomer load is 1500 amps each and all three outgoing taking 1000 amp each. So according to the CT ratio, all CT will produce 1 amp in secondary. For busbar differential is sum of current in should be equal to sum of current out. Here current in from two incomer produce 1 amps each, so current in is 2 amps. Now you see current out for 3 outgoing produce 1 amp each, so the current out is 3 amps. So if you see the difference of current in and current out, we get 1 amps, but this is normally a running full load running condition, but still we get the differential current 1 amp and also no fault condition. By this we all know this has something wrong. It is nothing but we have to choose CT, that is CT ratio choosing should be same. For choosing CT ratio we have to consider the maximum current ratio CT. Here 1500 amps is the maximum, so all should have 1500 amps bar 1 CT ratio. Now we can check for full load condition. According to the primary current, the CT secondary produce current. Here the current in for two incomer produce 1 amp each, so the current in is 2 amps. Let me check it for current out. For 3 outgoing produce 0.66 amps each. When we sum all these three, we get current out is approximately 2 amps. So the differential current from current in and current out is 0. But in actually still some component is missing, that is resistor. We should add a parallel and series resistor. The parallel resistor is a non-linear resistor and series resistor should be a variable resistor. Why we use this resistor over here? We see that later. The high impedance differential circuit will be like this one only. Now we go for fault condition. There are two type of fault condition: internal fault and external fault. For internal fault, relay has to trip. For external fault, should not give trip. First we see external fault. Let us assume the both incomer load is 750 amps. Outgoing one is 500 amps. Outgoing 2 is 400 amps and outgoing 3 is 600 amps. According to the CT secondary ratio, the incomer produce 0.5 amps and outgoing 1 is 0.33, outgoing 2 0.266 and outgoing 3 is 0.4 amps. Here the sum of the current in is 1 amps and the sum of the current out is 1 amps. So there is no differential current flow in this circuit. And also we assume the external fault on outgoing 3. Due to this external fault, the current taken is 600 amps. Due to this, the both incomer shares the load, and now the both incomer takes 1050 amps and remaining outgoing makes same current except outgoing 3. In outgoing 3, due to fault 600 amps and due to load 600 amps both get added, so the total current over the outgoing 3 CT is 1200. According to the secondary current produced 0.8 amps. Now also the sum of current in is 1.4 and the sum of current out is 1.4. So there is no differential current flow on the circuit. By this we all clear that due to external fault the relay will not give any trip. Second, we see internal fault. Let us consider the small fault on the bus and the fault current is 600 amps. This fault load causes the increase in load current over the incomer. The incomer just share this, so the both incomer supply 1050 amps and remaining all outgoing they takes load current depending on the load. The CT secondary current is produced corresponding to their current. The CT secondary current over incomer is 0.7 of each incomer. So the sum of current in is 1.4. The sum of current out is 1 amps. Since the fault current did not go through over the any CT, so it is not included. Due to this, the differential current we get 0.4 amps. Depending on the differential setting, the relay will pick up and give trip to all breakers. Now we go for testing of bus bar. There are two testings, one is primary and another one is secondary testing. First we see primary testing. For primary testing, normally we go for each phase individually, just like R to R phase, and we change the setup to Y to Y phase and we change the setup to B to B phase for each individual feeder. First we take incomer as a reference and the current in should be connected over the incomer and current out should be connected over the outgoing. So the current in of the OR phase is connected in the incomer, the same OR phase has to be connected on the outgoing. So like this we have to continue for all phases and for all feeders. Before starting this test, we have to close the isolator and breaker. The important thing is we have to take the relay tripping contact to the primary injection kit. Now we go for testing. Closed isolator and breaker of both feeder. Normally on primary injection the differential trip setting we keep low if we have a very high range of current, and we make loop on the variable series resistor to bypass it. Now we see the connection. The primary current injecting cable from the kit, it has to connect to the cable terminal of the panel, and now I am going to inject 150 amps. Correspondingly, the CT secondary produce 0.1 amps on each panel, that is incomer and outgoing. Since the current in on a incomer and out on a outgoing, that should not produce any differential current on the relay. Here the current in and out is same and in opposite direction, so there is no differential current. Now we go for internal fault simulation. For internal fault we will not go for actual creating the fault condition, but we will follow the two method. One is just making a loop on any one of the CT, or we will change the polarity of the any one of the CT. Now I am going to inject 150 amps. Correspondingly, the CT secondary it produce zero point 0.1 amp on each panel. If I bypass the CT, then the bypass CT current will not come to the picture, and also the parallel line has to be removed not to avoid the closed path for the other CT. Now the differential relay sends zero point 0.1 amps. If you change the polarity of any one of the CT, then the both current will be added on the differential relay and the differential relay will show zero point 0.2 amps. Once the relay get pick up, it will give trip to all breakers. At the same time, kit has to be turned off by getting the feedback from the relay. Now we see the secondary testing. Before going to the secondary testing, let's see schematic diagram for CT connection. This all the TB connection for the busbar CT. This is the busbar protection CT. In this, we have to isolate R, Y, B and neutral CT short link, and from this short link which is going to the relay end, we have to connect to the kit, and one binary input has to taken from the differential relay tripping feedback. Now we see testing. Before starting testing, we should make loop on series resistor. One set of CT is connected with incomer and other set of CT is connected to outgoing. Here I am injecting zero point 0.5 amps on each side with 180 phase shift. Now we get 0 angle over the differential relay. It is stability condition. At the same setup, we have to repeat for all panel. Now we see internal fault condition. Here any one set we inject current, on other set we do not inject current. Here I am going to inject current on the incomer 0.5 amps and outgoing I set 0 current. Now the differential relay get zero point 0.5 amps current and the relay will give trip to all breaker corresponding to the relay differential settings. And also we can do another method, both side incomer and outgoing we can inject current, but we should not make any angle difference on them. Now I inject zero point 0.5 amps on both set of CTs, and for both set of CT I didn't make any difference in their angle, so the differential relay sends 1 amps due to the addition of this both current. Now the relay give trip to all breaker. This set of internal fault we have to repeat for all panel individually. If you think this video is useful for your friends, you can share it to them. Thank you for watching this video.